42 days. That's what you've got left to lock in the 6.3% rent increase in the Bay Area under the rent cap. After July 1st, the window closes. August 1st, it resets to the number nobody published yet. Most owners I talk to don't think about this until August rolls around and they've realized they've left money on the table. Here's the thing. If you skip this window, you can't go get those points back. They don't roll over. Next year, when the new cap comes out, whenever increases are available, you've got to start from scratch. You can't catch up, and the longer you're waiting, the further the rent falls below the market. And that's not just lost rent, that's lost compounding on every lease cycle after. Or you guessed the wrong, or you guessed wrong in the notice and suddenly you're in fair housing compliant. Nobody saw coming. So we're going to walk through exactly what you need to do in the next 42 days to make sure you don't leave money on the table and you don't step into the legal landmines. Let's go. AB 1482 is the statewide rent cap law. It says you can't raise rent by greater of 5% or the regional CPI once per 12 months with proper notice to the tenant. In San Francisco, Oakland, and Hayward region, right now, that regional CPI is 1.3%. 5 plus 1.3% is 6.3. That's the number. That cap runs through July 31st. August 1st, it resets based on whatever the CPI is and in the Bay Area. An economist published between now and then. So LA already resets theirs to 8.7% and published about last month. And the Bay Area hasn't dropped their number yet. So right now, you're sitting here with a known number you can use right now, and you can roll it into this. You can roll the dice and wait and see, what the next cycle is and if it's higher. The problem is the owners I talked to in August are already saying, "Well, I'll catch up next year." You cannot catch up. The cap does not let you stack or increase. You've got one shot per 12 months. You miss the window, you get no more shots. That's it. Here's what you need to do. And I'll break this into steps. Step 1, pull your rent rolls. Every unit you own, current rent, lease date, move-in date. You need to know which units are actually subjected to the AB 1482. Not all rentals are covered. Single-family homes, owner-occupied duplexes, buildings built after 1994, and some other carve-outs are exempt. But if you've got multifamily and the tenant's been there long enough, they're covered. So write down which ones are. Step 2, check the market rent. Use comps in your neighborhood and ask a property manager to pull Zillow. If you're getting rough numbers, the whole point of using this window is to close the gap between what you're changing and what your market will bear. So if you're already at market value, then great. This is maintenance. If you're under market, this is a chance to start the climb back. Step 3, and this one, it's one most owners get wrong. You have to serve notice before you can implement the increases. So AB 1482 requires 30, 45, or even 60-day notices, depending on how long the tenant's been there. If your tenant's been there for more than a year, it's 60 days, right? You serve a notice now, July 1st, the increase goes into effect in September 1st. 60 days out. If you wait until August, you miss that window. for August's increase because you don't have time to serve proper notice. That's where people mess up. They're like, I'll handle it in August. But August is too late. You serve before July 31st specifically. Now, quick pause. This next part is for the property landowners watching. Here's what most landlords don't realize until it costs them. An empty unit isn't your biggest risk. The wrong tenant is. One bad placement in California today can turn into 5-figure deposits, evictions, or fair housing claims. That's the part nobody screens. My name is Rodrelle. I'm with Rental Lords, and I'm a licensed realtor. And I fill units for a flat fee, never a percentage of your rent. I'll place a screened, fully compliant tenant into your unit, and you don't pay. And if the tenant breaks the lease within a year, I'll replace the cost for free. If your building's got a vacancy, there's a free 15-minute call with me. Links below. All right, let's back at it. Here's the one that catches Concord landlords. If your building was built before 1995 and you're in Concord, the city ordinance caps rent increase at the lesser of the 3% or the 6% of the regional CPI. So 3%, not 6.3. 3. The state cap does not override your local cap. You're bound by the lower number. I know it's not good news you want to hear, but you need to know before you send a notice that doesn't comply with the actual local rules. The way I run this in Concord is I pull the rent roll. I flag every tenant who's been there in the past carve-outs, and I check the Concord Municipal Code alongside the AB 1482. Most property managers miss this because they just default at the state number. Don't do that. Talk to your attorney for this specifically if you're not sure about your local ordinances. I'm just telling you what I see. So here's the math you need to run before you do anything. Pull 3 numbers. What's your annual rent on the unit of the current rate? At that current rate. And what's your annual rent that comes from the same unit at a 6.3% increase? And then what's the difference over 5 years? Accounting for what fact that next year starts with on that new cap. So not a cumulative increase. You just need to run that number. Now, if you skip that window and you use the next available increase cycle instead, that's compounding. You lost. That's the decision in front of you in the next 42 days. So if you've got units sitting under the market and you don't look into the 6.3 increase before August 1st, what's the actual cost of that choice over the next 5 years? Run the numbers yourself. If it's 30 grand or more, you probably want to pull the rent roll today and make sure every compliant lease is notified before the deadline. If you found this useful, I dropped a free rent increase compliance checklist in the pinned comment. It covers the notice language and the timeline for the region so you don't guess this stuff. I've also got office hours on Tuesdays, links in the comment link in the comments if you want to walk through the specific rent roll. What's one unit in your buildings that are furthest under the market right now? Drop it in the comments and let me know what you're thinking about it.